Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a few things to talk about in the daily news brief that I do every day here now. If you do enjoy this, by the way, if you enjoy listening to the news from Crystal Palace every day, then do consider subscribing and clicking that bell for notifications so that you can pick up on these every day when I release them. First of all, I'm going to be talking about Millwall, the game that, as of recording this, is going to happen tomorrow, which is Saturday. And Vieira has said that he wants to put out his best team against Millwall, his best 11 side, because he wants to try and build a competitive edge to the team and wants to try and use the FA Cup, which he's won a number of times himself, to do that. I think it's going to be a very interesting game. I think it's going to be a very tough game for us because Millwall are a tough side, and obviously, they've beaten some big clubs in the FA Cup previously. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think we're going to probably squeeze it 2-1. I think that's how it's going to go. But let me know what you think down in the comments. What are your score predictions for Millwall? I think it's going to be a very hard fought game. I think it's going to be a very physical game, but hopefully very enjoyable as well. If you're going down there, do let me know and let me know what your score predictions are as well. But yeah, he says he wants to put out his best 11 that he has available in this competition, which is great because obviously you want to have, I think we're middle of the table. We're fairly safe now, well, at the moment anyway. And so I think a nice decent cut run might actually do us a bit of good. And it's been a while since we've actually had a really good cut run, a couple of years or so. So it'd be nice for us to move forward a little bit and perhaps progress a little further in the competition. That would certainly be great. I also now want to talk a little bit about Jean-Philippe Mateta. Sorry about that. Obviously, the other day I did a daily video about possibility of him leaving the club for St Etienne, and when I didn't speak to, when I read the a piece on the internet that said that Vieira said that he doesn't really see any possibility of Mateta leaving before the end of his loan spell. He says that he's not aware of anything like that happening. Of course, it could all be just be bluff and stuff like that. But he said that as far as he's concerned, he's staying. He's a Crystal Palace player for the moment. Although, obviously, with 2 games to go he before we had to pay the £15 million for him, is that something that Steve Parish and Dougal Friedman actually want? Do they want to keep him on, or would they rather spend that 15 million in a pot that might well tempt Chelsea to sell Conor Gallagher at the end of the season? We'll have to wait and see. But as it looks at the moment, Patrick Vieira said he doesn't think that he's going to be leaving. However, the St Etienne coach says that. It says here that as Patrick Vieira keeps quiet, although he has said now about that situation. But the Saint Etienne coach has said that he's had regular talks with Mateta over the last few days and weeks, and said that the thing is that he's been having regular phone calls with the forward. So it might be that he goes there perhaps at the end of his loan spell because I think he's 12 months now out of 18 months. So it could be that he goes at the end of his loan spell, he'll go over to St Etienne, or maybe he'll go a little bit sooner. Who knows? But I think Mateta needs a decent run in the side. I think that he's a decent player. I think he's got a good amount of talent. I think if he had a longer run in the side, bagged himself a couple of goals, I think his confidence would go up, and I think we would have a good striker on our hands. But obviously, it depends on whether they want to spend the 15 million bringing him into the club or not. So, but let me know what you think. Do you think we should keep him, or do you think we should let him go? It seems to be up in there. It seems to be going backwards and forwards every day. So one of them is going to be right. Which one is not so sure. But and this is what it says in here. Oh, get rid of that. That's what it says in here. Crystal Palace boss rubbishes. Oh, it's gone into the wrong tab there. Go back one. Crystal Palace boss rubbishes exit talk around the Eagles star. And this is what I was telling you about. That he has said that he's not aware of it. He said that it has been claimed that the striker is close to leaving Crystal Palace in an ongoing window to join League One sides in Etienne, even though there's 6 months left on his temporary stint. When asked about the claims that Mateta is closing on an exit, Vieira told a press conference, "Not that I am aware of. He is a Palace player and he has been training all week and will be part of the group for the game tomorrow." That is against Millwall. So it looks there as though he's going to be here to stay. So that certainly is that good news or bad news? Just to let us know what you think about that. And lastly, he was also asked about the January transfer window, which of course we're currently in at the moment. And well, it's a lovely picture of Mateta there. Anyway, he's been asked about the January transfer window, and he has said that he doesn't have any kind of pressing need at the moment for anyone. He's quite happy with the squad that he's got. He said that if a player comes along that he thinks will improve the squad, then he will look into it. But he says at the moment there's no deals looking to be done. Of course, again, that could all be bluffing. We could wake up tomorrow with two new signings. You never know. But in his press conference, he said that he's quite happy with the team, and isn't openly looking for anybody else. I think in the middle, obviously we've got Hughes in there, we've got Gallagher in there, we've got MacArthur to come back, but obviously Gallagher could go at the end of the season. MacArthur is now 35, is he? I think 35, so he's not going to be around for much longer, and that leaves just Hughes and Milivojevic in the middle with Schlupp and Reedwald. So I mean, I think it's good in some ways that we haven't had Gallagher for the last two games, and we've still looked like we're competing. We still look like we're playing good football. We're still out there creating chances, and I think that's a good thing because if there's one plus that I've got, well, there's many pluses, but one plus in particular that I've got from Vieira's new regime is that we are no longer focusing on one player. We're no longer worried if our one key player drops out. We've got enough confidence and enough quality in the squad now that we can compete, even if we have got some of our best players out. And that I think is a fantastic achievement that Vieira has managed to put into the team. And it means that even with Gallagher, even if he doesn't stay at the end of the season, it's not the end of the world. We can still compete. We can perhaps bring somebody else in, and it's not all doom and gloom. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching again today and listening along. I hope that you are having a good evening. And until the next one, goodbye.